well, what's going on up here that I might need to know about? And I said, not now, Wild Child. We're having a little problem here. And Hollywood goes, man, I thought you said they fixed this thing. And I said, don't bother me now. I've got to get this plane on the ground. And Wild Child goes, well, where do you think you're going to land it? And I said, right there by those railroad tracks on the Hudson River. And he goes, man, you can't do that. And I said, buckle your belt and shut up. And boy, he went back and bucked his belt. He goes, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. But, you know, it's just...
Jack the Wack, you're a practical joker, man. What's what we love about you, man? Don't you change.
You're going to hang for a while or what?
Yeah, man. One time you came out of the bathroom and your fingers were wet and you said, oh, and you just wet your fingers in the sink. And oh, my goodness.
Well, that's the old trick of when you wet your fingers in the sink, you come out and you see somebody and you grab them and you go, boy, I hate it when I drop something in the toilet, and you just reach up and grab their face and, boy, it sends them into orbit. They hate that.
Jack the Wack, I got to get back to vacuum cleaning, man.
Get back to cleaning, man. We're going to continue more of the 15th anniversary right here on Z100.
Z100.
Celebrating our 15th birthday.
Z100 remembers.
Diane Pryor, the fox that rocks.
I was hired by Scott Shannon in 1983 to help Z100 go from worst to first. It was really a thrill for me to be a part of a radio station that changed the course of radio, not only in New York, but across the country. Every time slotted Z100 was coveted. I was one of the original DJs doing overnights 2 to 6 in the morning, and I still feel that it was the busiest overnight show in New York because I was doing trivia questions, mystery movies, sports, and getting as many listeners on the air as I could with the Z100 listener party line. All that hard work, it paid off for me when Scott Shannon awarded me my very own Z-shirt. That was unheard of for an overnight jock in New York to have a T-shirt with her name on it. It said, Diane Pryor, the all-nighter on Z100, and I was really proud. It was also at Z that I got my nickname, the Fox That Rocks. Hollywood Hamilton gave me that name, and it stuck with me throughout my entire radio career. As a matter of fact, listeners still call me the Fox That Rocks the Box till this day. Happy 15th anniversary, Z100, and lots of good luck. Love, Diane Pryor.
Z100.
15 years and counting.
Now, gentlemen, a little music, please. Something snappy.
Z100. Celebrating 15 years of today's best music.
The original.
Z100.
New York.
Z100.
15 years old.
All weekend long.
Happy birthday to us.
Z100.
Z100.
Celebrating our 15th birthday.
Z100 remembers.
The man who started it all, Scott Shannon.
I'll never forget that summer. I spent most of the time at the radio station, the rest of it on the phone at the Meadowlands Hilton, trying to find DJs who wanted to work there. And believe it or not, it was kind of difficult because no one had ever heard of this station, or me. I remember saying, hello, this is Scott Shannon. Would you like to work in New York? They say, what station are you at, WNBC or WKTU? I'd say, well, neither one. We're going to put a new one on the air. And then I'd hear click in the dial tone. But somehow we managed to find some young Turks who wanted to be a part of this. And the first lineup of Z100 ZJs was an assortment of ragtag personalities from all over the country. People like Jack the Wack, Shadow Steele, Dr. Christopher Reed, Hollywood Hamilton. Most of them had never even been to New York, let alone worked there, and they were just like me, scared to death.
Welcome to 100.3 FM, a brand new radio station. Our call letters WHTZ. Our new radio station is still under construction. Captain Joe and our entire staff of engineering technicians are making the final adjustments on our brand new transmitter on the 83rd floor of the Empire State Building. And they're still fine-tuning our brand new transmitting tower way up there on the top of that building. Another staff of sound engineers are putting the final touches on our brand new state-of-the-art recording and broadcasting studios. Also, final travel arrangements are being made to bring in a staff of the most dynamic and exciting radio air personalities in America today. We may be still under construction, but stand by and hang on for the most exciting radio station you've ever heard. Coming soon to an FM radio near you, the incredible all-new WHTZ.
Z100.
15 years and counting.
Now.
We can all be quiet and listen to the music.
100. Celebrating 15 years of today's best music.
The original.
Z100.
New York.
Hot Rock and Flame throw-in. Z100. Woo! Is that cool? Torn, Natalie Imbruglia. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you knew this, one of Natalie's favorite singers is Sean Coven, mine too. Jack of the Wacka back in New York. And, you know, there's so many people that I want to say hi to. I had so many friends when I was here that I'm just going to be all throughout the broadcast tonight and tomorrow just saying hi to different people. The first people I want to say hi to that meant a great deal to my wife and myself and my whole family were the Shateskis. And I did a lot of work with them for MDA, for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. So I want to say hi to John Sr., Joni, I love you, baby. I want to say hi to John Jr. I think he's graduated from college now. Way to go, man. Keep sending that email. And little Josh, I love you too. I wish I could say hi to you, but we're so busy. We're keeping it cranking, the 15th anniversary here. We're going to do song number 8 of the Top 100 of 1990. You remember this. Poison. Belle Biv DeVoe on Z100.
That's the Wack. Z100.
Hit Radio Z100. From the top of the Empire State Building, Jack of the Wacka with Ultra Nate. I'm free. And back in New York City on the radio Friday night. Boy, I always remember the great Friday nights. And I'll tell you what, I want to bring back a memory here and see if y'all remembered this. I got the honor of being able to travel with John Bon Jovi and the boys when they toured 3 different cities. I believe, if I remember correctly, it was Washington, Philly, and then, of course, we ended up back at Giant Stadium for the big blowout concert there. But when we were in Washington, we had set up a phone interview with John backstage after the concert. So we all got back there after the show, and there must have been 100 of us in the room, and John comes in, and he's going to say hi to all these people. And I just got the record promoter and pulled him to the side, and I said, I just want to remind you that we're going to do a phone interview with John. He goes, oh, that's out of the question. There's just too many people here, and we can't do that, so forget about the phone interview. I said, okay, that's cool. So then Bon Jovi comes in about 5 or 10 minutes later. First thing he does is looks over at me, and he goes, hey, Jack the Wack, I'll be over there to do that phone interview with you in just a minute. I said, cool. The record promoter comes back over and goes, I guess we'll be doing that phone interview after all. I said, cool, baby. This was one of my all-time favorite songs out of all the years I worked at Z100. As a matter of fact, it went to number 1 in the summer of '89. Bon Jovi is on Z100. Hit Radio Z100. You can check out these guys on the web at www.greenday.net. Time of your life. Green Day on Z100.
Z100, celebrating 15 years of today's best music.
Oh, and they are so perky.
From the top of the Empire State Building, Z100, WHTZ, New York City.
Yo, turn to that station.
Tune in your head. It's a party all weekend long on WHTZ, Newark, New York City.
Z100. New York.
And, of course, we're doing it from the top of the Empire State Building. Normally, every night you hear the interactive 9 at 9, but since it's the 15th anniversary, Jack of the Wacka, doing Z100's top 9 number 1 songs of the last 9 years, brought to you by Guinness Hart Lager, Common Ground, Uncommon Lager. I think I got Nicole on the phone. Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Where are you from?
Long Beach, New York.
Oh, cool. And do you mind if I ask how old you are?
13.
Oh, okay. So you might not have been around when I was there.
No.
You might have been just a babe. I'm going to make you a baby DJ tonight. Would you like to do that?
Sure.
You get the honor of introducing Madonna's Vogue. Are you ready?
Yep.
Do it, baby!
Song number 9 is Vogue by Madonna. Number 1 on Z100's Top 100 of 1990.
You're awesome.
I know.
Love you, baby. Hit Radio Z100. This is Jack of the Wacka. So glad to have you along. If you're expecting the interactive at 9, we're doing it a little bit different. Z100's top 9 number 1 songs of the last 9 years. We're going to Pelham right now. Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. What do you do? Do you work for a living, go to school? What do you do?
I go to school, University of Delaware.
All right. What's your major?
Education.
Oh, you really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I might need to talk to you. I only made it as far as the 2nd grade, but I've done okay. Are you ready to announce the number 1 song?
I'm ready.
All right, you got the number 1 song in the year. Let me check this out. It was the number 1 song of 91. Go for it.
Yep, it's song number 8, Everything I Do by Bryan Adams. Z100's number 1 hit in 1991.
Well, you're going to be a great teacher.
Thanks.
Bye. Hit Radio Radio Z100 from the top of the Empire State Building. Let's go right back to the telephones as we count down the top 9 number 1 songs of the past 9 years. I think we're going to Long Island. I'm talking to Boogie Man Bob.
Jack the Wack, the man, the myth, the legend.
Man, where else but in New York City can you have Boogie Man Bob and Jack the Wack on the phone at the same time?
My, back together again. How you been, Jack?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Great, man. It's all about memories, and that's what you're bringing back to myself and all the millions of others that used to love you, Jack.
And your family's doing good?
Everybody's cool, and yours?
Boogie Man Bob, they're doing great. Count us down on number 7, buddy.
All right, we're going way back to 1992. The number 1 song at Z100 that year was End of the Road by Boys to Men.
Hot rockin', flame throwing Z100. Oh, man, it feels so good to say that again. Jack of the Wacker here. Count them down. The top 9 number 1 songs of the past 9 years. Now, we're going to go to Nicole. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Jack of the Wacker.
Hey, you're not the same Nicole I just talked to that did number 9, are you?
Nope.
You wouldn't lie to me, would you?
No, I would never lie to you.
So many women lie to me. Now, you're from BAPE. Where do you work?
At the South Shore Community Organization.
Oh, cool. So you're doing some cool work with your life, right?
Yep.
All right, you ready to count down song number 6?
Yes, I am.
This radio station is yours, baby.
Okay, song number 6 is Dream Lover by Mariah Carey. Z100's number 1 song in 1993.
You're awesome.
Thank you. So are you.
Oh, baby. Hit Radio Z100 from the top of the Empire State Building. Jack of the Wack are going to the phone again for song number 5. Tom in Woodbridge, New Jersey. How are you, man?
I'm good.
What do you do for a living, or do you go to school?
I go to school and I work.
Yeah, you're trying to do as little as possible like the rest of us, right?
Yeah.
All right, where do you go to school?
I go to school at Woodbridge High School.
Woodbridge High School, let's hear it for Always love Woodbridge High School, man. You ready to do this? Song number 1 of 94. It's all yours.
Melissa Etheridge was the number 1 song of the top 100 of 1994. From the spring of 94, here is Melissa Etheridge with Come to My Window.
Keep it up, man. Good luck to you.
Thanks.
Z100. Celebrating our 15th birthday.
Z100 remembers.
Dr. Christopher Reed. Middays, 1983-1984. Remembering the arrival of Shadow Steele.
Scott's idea was, we're making a big deal bringing in this new DJ, The Shadow. And he was supposed to be all dressed in black, and he came with a black briefcase, and we met him at the gate at JFK. Listeners were invited to be out there. We handcuffed the son of a gun to the briefcase, and, of course, we had money in the briefcase and gave away Z-shirts, and that launched Shadow's illustrious career into the hot new Z100.
Z100 free money music monitor.
I'm on the telephone with Eric Castaneda from New York City. Eric, you got your free money music monitor there?
Yes, I do.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Everybody's working for the weekend.
$100.
I've got Friday on my mind. Easy beat.
$200.
Joanna, Crew in the Gang.
$300.
Love is a Battlefield.
$400.
Don't Stop Believing.
$500.
I'm gonna sue him.
$600.
Tell me.
$700. $800. Keep going. 2 more.
Putting on the Rick.
That's $900. What's number 10?
Talking in your sleep.
Just one.
The free money music monitor. Another way to win from your friends at Z100.
Z100.
15 years and counting.
Hit Radio Z100 back to the top 9 number 1 songs of the past 9 years. We're up to number 4. Let's go to Brooklyn. Charlie!
Jack of the Wack, I can't believe I'm hearing what I'm hearing.
How you doing, man?
Good, bro. What's going on? I can't believe you're back in New York.
Man, I'm just hanging in the greatest city on the planet, buddy.
I know. My wife is sitting in the car thinking I'm nuts. My son is sleeping. He's
I know what you mean. We all get older. I got a couple of boys myself. They're 10 and 12. But anyway, needless to say, let's get on with the countdown. Are you ready for number 4?
I'm ready.
It was number 1 of 95. Do it, buddy.
Here we go. Song number 4 is Better Man by Pearl Jam, Z100's number 1 song in 1995.
Best to you and your family.
All right, bro. Take care.
Hot rockin', flame-throwing Z100. Let's go to Rockaway Township, New Jersey. Walt's here to join the 15th anniversary birthday party. Walt, how you doing, man?
Doing great, Jack. It is great to talk to you after 15 years. I'm still listening, and just great to have you back in New York, man.
Thank you very much, Walt. What do you do?
I'm a police captain.
Oh, cool. It's always good to know the police. Always good to know. Being good, but I love what you guys do.
I came on the job 15 years ago this month, and I just came on with you guys. I listen to you guys every night in the cruiser, and good to have you back, man.
Man, keep up the good work, and
thank you, Jack.
If you're ready, let's do it.
Okay, the number 3 song is Ironic by Alanis Morissette, and she was number 1 in 1996 on Z100.
Tickets, man. Would you please? Hit Radio Z100, Jack of the Wagger. Back on the radio at the mighty flame-throwing Z100 Friday night. We're up to number 2 of the top 9 number 1 songs of the past 9 years. Adam, are you there?
Yeah, what's up, man?
How you doing?
Good.
What's going on tonight?
Not much. I'm just hanging out.
Yeah,
you Australia.
You hadn't got a party going on somewhere?
No, I'm hanging out at home tonight.
I need to find a party, man. You got to tell me where to go.
Don't come to New Jersey.
All right, man, you ready to do song number 2?
Yeah, song number 2 is Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind, the number 1 song in 1997.
Cool, Adam. Thank you, man.
Yep.
Have a cool summer.
You too.
Z100.
Celebrating our 15th birthday.
Z100 remembers.
Patty Steele.
Wow, my first day on the radio in New York City, and it was Z100. It was the biggest dream and the biggest fright for any radio person. It was Christmas 1986. Big Daddy, Scott Shannon, called me up from the minor leagues to fill in that week for Claire Stevens. And after the first really trembly newscast, Scott, Ross Britton, John Bell, Mr. Leonard, Kathy D, JR, and everybody else hugged me and really made me feel like I'd arrived. The Christmas shows were so larger than life. Little kids, celebrities, food, presents, and the luscious Marines for Toys for Tots filled the halls there. Wow, what a welcome to New York City and Z100. Happy birthday, Z100.
Z100.
15 years and counting.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Jack of the Wagger from the Empire State Building, WHTZ100. We're doing the top 9 number 1 songs of the last 9 years. We're up to number 1. Let's go to Wayne, New Jersey. Hi, Ann.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Of course, you know the number 1 song tonight is So Far in 98. That could change, but it's from Celine Dion. Did you know she was the youngest of 14 brothers and sisters?
Yes, I did, actually.
Woo. Can you imagine the size of that family tree?
Scary.
You ought to see my family tree. It goes straight up.
That's
unbelievable.
Right. The number 1 song of 1998 so far is none other than the smash hit movie of the year's melodic theme song. That movie is Titanic. That song is My Heart Will Go On. Z100, New York.
Z100.
Hot rockin'. Z100. Man, I can't let this Friday night go by without playing the Beastie Boys. This was my wife's and mine's wedding song. Yeah! That brings back some rock and roll memories there. Hit Radio Z100. Jack of the Wagger here. Friday night back in New York City. I am so honored to be able to come back to my home radio station. And before I get out of here and turn it over to Lucas with his lid off, I want to say hi to, I don't know whether to call this guy Danny Hernandez, Ray Rossi, or Bobby Valentine.
Well, there you go. How about Ishka Bibble? You could even do that too.
Bobble?
Well, how about, no, Bubble Bobbala, van driver to the stars.
How are you, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing okay. And I was coming down Route 17. I said, you know, I have to make a left turn, get over to the Empire State Building because I know I'm going to be in the presence of true greatness.
Where?
I'm still looking. Where is it?
How have you been?
Oh, man, I tell you, well, you know me. I play Shania Twain records for a living just like you do.
That's true. That's true. Doing that country thing, wearing the boots, wearing the jeans, wearing a hat. Hey, tell that Cat Simon story about the time. You know, remember Scott Shannon wanted everybody to get out on the street and get familiar with all the boroughs in New Jersey. And
at that time, I was driving a little van service for my brother doing the gypsy van thing. So Scott turns around and says to me, he says, you know the streets real well. You take all our DJs, and you take DJs, and then bring them into town. So we assembled we had a little road trip. It was sort of like Road Rules 1983, right?
Oh, man.
We got everybody in the van. We had Hollywood Hamilton. We had Stevie Brooks. We had Cat Simon had a very bad toothache that day. He was on all kinds of amphetamines and things like that.
I didn't say it.
So we put him in the van. He was in the back of the van, groaning and moaning. We come out of the Lincoln Tunnel at 40th Street.
Yep.
This is around the time when we still had squeegee people in New York.
Right.
And this squeegee person walks up to the van, and he has this very suspicious-looking liquid, and I hear groans in the back of the van.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, I think I have a very, very sick passenger. Sort of like, transit authority terminology, very sick passenger.
Yeah.
So on Monday, I turned around to Dr. Christopher Reed. I said, well, did everybody enjoy their trip? And Dr. Christopher Reed says, I don't think Cat Simon was too happy. He just booked passage for Oklahoma City. He was gone.
I remember one night I was on the air, and you know how some programmers are wont to do, and Scott was not bad at it, Scott Shannon. He would call every once in a while and say, hey, man, that break you just did, let's go over it. And he called me one night from his car, and he said, hey, man, and I had just gotten on the air. I wasn't in the mood for any quick air check session. He said, hey, man, that break you just did, let's discuss it right now. I said, I can hear me, barely you. You hear me? He goes, oh, man, my cell phone's breaking up. Bye-bye. And he hung up the phone. He never remembered. Man, it is so good to see you again.
Hey, what do you do to my radio station? What do you do to my radio station?
What do you think you're doing, man? This is big time. This is New York City.
They listen up to you. They be listening to you on the Jersey Turnpike.
Man, it's good to see you. We got to cruise on out of here because we got to make way for Lucas coming up next. Take care of yourself. And I'll something like that. I'll see you tomorrow.
You got it, babe.
All right, Lucas is coming up next, y'all. I'll see you back tomorrow noon to 2 right before the big family reunion broadcast. I'm going to leave you right now with All My Life, Casey and JoJo on Z100.
Z100, celebrating 15 years of today's best music.
From the top of the Empire State Building, this is Z100 FM, New York.
It's a party all weekend long on WHTZ, Newark, New York City.
Z100, New York.